Welcome to the Story Lab. Today we want to come up with another concept for a LEGO video game. We have a worth franchise to work with, Star Trek. So, let us come up with a concept for LEGO Star Trek the video game. The ingredients are clear. The Star Trek movies and series. The classic LEGO game ingredients. Levels. Open world. Different abilities. Minikits. Collecting gold bricks. A giant character roster. A gameplay theme that encapsulates the theme of Star Trek, endless curiosity and exploration. Let's put these in and start the analysis. While it is cooking, here are some more thoughts. Many of the characters will have the same baseline. Abilities should be based more on gadgets than character properties. Aliens should have special abilities. Everything should follow the theme of exploring, finding out, digging deep, etc. The ships need to be playable both inside and out. It will be impossible to play through the entire Star Trek history as story levels. We need to find a meaningful subset. The game shall be extendable so that it makes sense to add to it in the future, through DLCs or even through fan-created content. Also, just to clarify, we are coming up with a game concept, not individual level layouts, specific abilities, or concrete storylines. Okay, the analysis is almost done. Here we go, let's have a look at the results. LEGO Star Trek the video game. LEGO Star Trek will be a classic LEGO game with levels and an open world. The levels play out the stories of the Star Trek movies, with each movie getting one long level with lots of collectibles and different arenas. The real meat will be in the open world though. The open world consists of open space, which is filled with planets, each with a smaller or larger explorable area on it, where one can play out all the adventures from the series. From the story levels, the crews of the original Enterprise, the Enterprises D and E are unlocked. Upon completion of the story, the crews formed Deep Space Nine, Voyager and Enterprise will also become available alongside their ships. Other characters, including villains, can be purchased with studs in the open world. Certain crews and ships might only exist as DLC, e.g. Abrams' Trek or the crew from Galaxy Quest. The main part of the game will be the open world, which is a huge area that asks to be explored. In-game maps only show the location of planets, but not what is on them. The player will have to choose where to travel to explore the planet, and he might be asked to return at a later time if another task has to be done first. To travel between planets, the ships from Star Trek will be available and the player will be able to switch between different ships in the open world. Of course, the ships will not land on the planets. Instead, the player will park the ship in orbit and choose to beam down to the planet or space object, for apart from worlds there will also be explorable moons, asteroids and space stations. Each space object will have a playable area, wherein gold bricks are hidden. Depending on the object, there are different missions, secrets, etc., and also a different number of these objectives. Only a select few planets will have more than one continuous explorable area though, notably Earth, Vulcan, Konos and Bajor. Apart from transporting between destinations, starships will also function as little hub worlds. Each playable ship will have at least a bridge and a transporter room area, with main ships including further interior spaces and hidden gold bricks and missions just like the planets. The bridges and transporter rooms serve as control elements for the game. To go down to a planet, going to the transporter pad and activating it is required. Also, on beamback, this is where the player will re-enter the ship. The bridge will give access to the main game mechanics, with each function being assigned to a specific station on the bridge, the location of which changes with the bridge layout. Some are even united into one console depending on the ship. Helm, navigation console, galaxy map and traveling to locations. Science, game progress, active missions, etc. Communications, character roster and shop. Tactical, upgrade shop. Engineering, starship roster and shop. Ops, level selection. Captain's chair, cheat codes. Some whole areas of the open world will only be unlocked if other missions are completed. Notably, finding the Bajoran wormhole is a requirement to enter the Gamma Quadrant, and Level 6, the undiscovered country, has to be finished before entering Klingon space is possible. The space locations will include as many of the planets from the various series as possible. More planets could be added through updates, DLC, or even by fan creators. Those could also go beyond the confines of the movies and series, including things like Galaxy Quest, Star Trek Online, or content from books and comics. The same is true for characters, ships, and ship interiors. Throughout the open world there could also be a couple of bonus levels hidden. In addition to the movie levels, one bonus level per main series might be great. Those could be TOS, The Trouble with Tribbles; TNG, Encounter at Farpoint; DS9, The Finale; VOY, The Year of Hell; ENT, Broken Bow. This would make 10 levels for the 10 TOS and TNG movies plus 5 bonus levels in addition to the open world. Characters would of course be basically everyone, from Captain Kirk, to Data, to Chancellor Gorkon, to the Borg Queen to Harry Mudd. The game would also include various abilities, most of which are tied to gadgets or species rather than individual characters. Abilities would include the standards: build, push, levers, wheels, consoles, crawling. Gadget-specific will be fixing, tricorder scan, detective mode, communication with aliens, gas breathing, lighting up dark areas, rope, X-ray vision, cloaking device, Borg assimilation tubes, destroy gold objects using a phaser rifle. Character-specific abilities would be solving formulas for science officers, crawling into Jeffries tubes to fix something for engineers, retina scan access for flag officers, heal for medics. Telepathy marked spots will allow a telepathic character to contact another being and ask it to open doors, etc. Species-specific abilities would be read Klingon symbols, access secret Romulan consoles, pass Cardassian Dominion doors, telekinesis, more lives invulnerability, strength. Naturally, some of the other abilities will also be available to all members of a certain species, including Borg assimilation tubes, telepathy, cloaking device, and gas breathing. Of course, ships will be a core part of the game. Here are all that have to be part of it. All Enterprises, the USS Defiant, the USS Voyager, the Delta Flyer, the USS Discovery, the USS Cerritos, the USS Reliant, the USS Grissom, the USS Excelsior, the USS Nebula, the USS Prometheus, a Klingon bird of prey, a Klingon Tinga class, a Romulan bird of prey, a Borg cube, a Cardassian warship, a Dominion battle cruiser, a Ferengi shuttle, Balak's capital ship, an Andorian ship, a Vulcan Surak class, a Federation runabout, a Maquis raider, an Orion pirate ship, etc. And here are locations that should be in the game. Locations: Earth, Mars, Vulcan, Kronos, Andoria, Tella, Alpha Centauri, Denobula, Rigel, Risa, Betazed, Trill, K7, Deep Space Nine, Jupiter Station, Cardassia, Bajor, Founder Homeworld, Talaxia, Borg Unicomplex, Romulus, Remus, Tholia, Gorn, etc. And we could make an equally long list of characters: Kirk, Picard, Sisko, Janeway, Archer, and anyone else you can think of. What would you say? Would you pick and play this game? Please note that everything presented here is simply the results of an experiment. No part of this presentation is intended as a correction of an existing story or claims to be the real story. The selection or omission of any parts of the source material is not to be understood as commentary, positive or negative, on the original productions. These are simply thoughts and experiments based on existing material, and none of it could be created without the work of all those involved in creating the original works. As with any scientific result, you may utilize any of the story ideas that resulted from these experiments for your own experiments or production, while citing this experiment as its source. It is now closing time for our lab. Goodbye until next time.